The umbrella at the cafe door. On a rainy Friday evening, Emma leaves the station and walks down a narrow street toward a small cafe near the square. She has promised to meet her friend Sarah there after work. The rain is not heavy, but a cold breeze moves along the wet pavement under the street lamps. Emma pulls her gray coat closer and hurries past a flower stand, a newspaper box, and 2 parked bicycles. The cafe is warm and bright inside. A yellow lamp hangs above the door, and a wide front window looks onto the street. Near the glass, there are 2 small round tables and 4 wooden chairs. Behind the counter, a coffee machine hums softly. A chalkboard menu stands beside a shelf full of cups and jars. Emma steps in, shakes a little rain from her sleeve, and looks around. Sarah is not there yet. Emma chooses a table by the window so she can watch the street. She puts her phone on the table, places her bag on the chair beside her, and orders hot tea with lemon. While she waits, she watches the umbrellas outside. Some hurry past the window. Others run under shop roofs to avoid the rain. After a few minutes, the cafe door opens again. A visitor in a dark jacket enters quickly, closes the umbrella in his hand, and looks around as if he is checking for someone. He does not sit down. Instead, he speaks quietly to the server at the counter, leaves a small paper receipt near the coffee machine, and goes back out into the rain almost at once. Emma watches him through the window. He crosses the street and disappears near the corner shop. At first, nothing seems strange. Then Emma notices the umbrella. It is still standing by the cafe door. It is a dark blue umbrella with a curved wooden handle. Thin lines of rainwater still fall from the fabric onto the floor mat. No one in the cafe reaches for it. No one near the door seems to know it is there. The server notices it too. That visitor forgot his umbrella, she says, looking toward the glass door. Emma turns in her chair. The visitor in the dark jacket. The server nods. He was here for less than a minute. Emma looks outside again, but the street is now full of moving umbrellas, shiny shop windows, and reflections on the pavement. The dark jacket is gone. Maybe he will come back, Emma says. Maybe, the server answers. She lifts the umbrella by the wooden handle and places it in a tall metal stand beside the counter. Customers forget all kinds of things here. Gloves, scarves, shopping bags, even books. Emma smiles a little and wraps both hands around her teacup. 5 more minutes pass. Then Sarah arrives, pink-cheeked from the rain, with a folded red umbrella and damp hair. Sorry I'm late, she says as she sits down. The bus stopped near the square, and everyone moved too slowly. Emma laughs. You are only a little late. Sarah takes off her coat and notices the blue umbrella in the stand. Nice umbrella, she says. Is it yours? No, Emma says. A visitor left it here and walked away. Sarah looks toward the door. Will he come back? I thought so, Emma says, but he still hasn't. They drink their tea and talk about work, the rain, and Sarah's new apartment. But every time the door opens, Emma glances at the umbrella stand. No one asks for the umbrella. At last, Sarah leans forward and says, Why do you care so much? Emma shrugs. I don't know. The dark jacket looked worried. And he spoke to the server before he left. It feels like he forgot it, because something else was on his mind. Sarah follows Emma's eyes to the counter. What about that receipt? She asks. The small paper receipt is still lying near the coffee machine. The server is busy with another customer, so Emma walks to the counter and points to it. Did the visitor leave this too? The server picks it up and looks at it. Maybe. I thought it was mine. On the back of the receipt, in blue pen, there is a short note, table by the window. 7 o'clock. Bring the old photo. Emma and Sarah exchange a quick look. That sounds important, Sarah says quietly. The server reads it again and frowns. He did look nervous. Emma turns to the cafe window. The table by the window is her table. For a second, the room feels different. The umbrella is no longer just a lost object near the door. It seems connected to the note, the dark jacket, and a meeting that has not happened. Maybe he came to the wrong day, Sarah says. Or maybe the other person never arrived. The server taps the receipt against her hand. If he comes back, I can give him both things. Emma nods, but she keeps thinking. At exactly 7 o'clock, the cafe door opens once more. An older sister in a gray coat steps inside. She carries no umbrella. Rain shines on her shoulders. She looks directly toward the window table, then toward the counter, and finally at the blue umbrella in the stand. Excuse me, she says to the server. Did a visitor leave an umbrella here? The server lifts it. This one. The sister's expression softens at once. Yes. Emma stands. Were you meeting him? The sister looks surprised, then sees the receipt in the server's hand. He is my brother, she says. He was bringing me an old family photo. He called me from outside, but I missed the call. By the time I came in, he had already gone to look for me at the station. Sarah smiles. So the note was for you. The sister nods. Yes. We have not seen that photo in years. Just then the door opens again, and the brother in the dark jacket appears, wet and out of breath. He sees his sister, the umbrella, and the receipt at the same moment. Then he laughs. I have spent 20 minutes looking for both of you, he says. The sister laughs too. And I have spent 10 looking for you. The server gives him the umbrella and the receipt at the counter. He reaches inside his jacket pocket and carefully pulls out a small envelope. And this, he says, handing it to his sister, is the old photo. Emma returns to her seat, feeling unexpectedly happy. Outside, the rain still falls on the street, but the cafe seems warmer than before. Sarah stirs the last of her tea. You were right, she says. The umbrella did matter. Emma looks toward the glass door, the blue umbrella, the window table, the teacup, and the shining street beyond the glass. Sometimes a small forgotten thing tells a bigger story, she says. She lifts her teacup, glances once more at the glass door, the dark window and the table, and smiles.